Hi there, my name is Janet and I'm here with my mom in my kitchen in Brooklyn, New York.
Hi, I'm Cecilia, making Baek Kimchi today, and that means Baek means without chili pepper, powdered chili pepper.
So it's not going to be spicy like the kimchi you might see in restaurants. It's going to be a little bit milder.
The main ingredient to be 배추, Napa cabbage. I already cut in half so that we could salt it. And this is radish, but if you go to Asian grocery store, sometimes you see two different kinds. One is fatty like this, the other kind is thin, longer radish, which is used for pickled radish, long. So you would probably see in Japanese restaurant pickled radish, but this is the kind radish that we use for kimchi.
Here we have a red chili pepper.
Instead of powder, we would use a real pepper.
Just a little bit
slice.
of a kick. And then
Yes.
we have green onions. Our friend garlic, lots of it. Ginger, kosher salt. And note that this is not sea salt, but regular kosher salt. And you could use a variety of containers. I like to use this kind of container with a little suction top.
Okay, then first we have to wash the cabbage and salt it. Then leave it maybe 30 to 1 hour kind of thing, so that we could put the sliced radish inside the between the leaves. It's okay. A lot of liquid would come out, and then soak it to other parts of it. So anyway, don't put too much salt. Then it would drain out lots of water. Good.
We'll suck the water out.
Yeah. Okay.
So we're gonna leave the salt on the cabbage in the pot for about 30 minutes. And basically what this does, the salt brings out the water to create brine, and the lactic acid activity actually lowers the pH. Here she is slicing the pepper. This is to add a little bit of color and flavor. Again, we're not really making the spicy kind of kimchi. This is more for a little bit of flavor and color.
For that size cabbage, we don't need all this. If you put too much ginger, just
Is it going to be
too
overpowering?
overpowering, and I think that it affects the fermenting process if you put too much, and gives the flavor that you probably don't want.
Be gentle with the kimchi, the ginger. So for the green onion, we're estimating about 2 stalks for 1 head of cabbage.
Okay, you can.
There are a few other ingredients that you can use. You want to elaborate?
You could put Asian pear sliced, peeled and sliced.
And what does that do?
That gives a little slight sweetness to it, natural sweetness, not sugar. I don't use sugar. That's not real Korean way. We don't put any sugar when you make kimchi. So kimchi, sugar these days, a lot of sugary Korean food. It became, but
What about something like seafood?
oh yes, most of the families in Korea, when they make kimchi, they use such as shrimp, fermented shrimp. salted.
And that's like a paste.
No, it's not actually paste, like a pickled shrimp, tiny ones.
So this gets a little risky. So what my mom recommends is actually making a flat edge so you can set it down and that it doesn't roll around.
I'm not going to use this size of whole radish. That's too much.
How much are you going to use?
I would use maybe a half for this size.
So here my mom is chopping instead of grating the half radish that we decided to use.
As I have shown, maybe to be safe, if it's really fatty, don't hurt yourself. So cut and then slice very thin, and then you hold like this way. About half of that radish, and then I would use like a spoon.
This is all very approximate.
Yeah, there's no fixed rule, but don't salt it too salty because it just drains out the good flavor. I mean, good juice out of it, then doesn't taste so good. And this is one red pepper, sliced, cut in half, take out the seeds, and then maybe another quarter, half cut quarter, make it half, and then thin slice like this. And add on to it, sorry.
Here we have the radish. We added about one of those long red peppers. And for this size of cabbage, about 5 differently sized cloves of garlic. Then we're gonna toss in some green onion. Again, those were 2 stalks.
And then thin sliced.
Yeah, so everything is hand chopped, but pretty small. Next up is ginger.
Maybe I should say,
Use your best judgment.
yeah, there's no actually approximate, about 2 spoons. Yeah.
So now we're gonna mix everything together. And if you wanted to add a little more zing, you can add some fish sauce to taste.
Not too much. Yeah.
Not too much. It can be very overpowering.
Yeah.
So after you've waited, do a little light washing, a little quick rinse bath for your cabbage.
Yeah.
And this is before we're gonna fold in the other ingredients.
조금씩 이렇게.
So
Not
we're
too
layering
much.
in the radish into the cabbage
You don't
after
have to.
it's been rinsed a little bit.
Yeah. You don't have to stuff too much in each layer. You don't have to stuff near the leafy part. It's toward 아주 그렇게 just a little bit. If it's too much, just doesn't. You don't
want to go wild. So how long would you say that the fermentation process takes?
It of course depends on the season. In hot summer, maybe just overnight sometimes. Just ferment.
And this is leaving it out, so this is not in the refrigerator.
You could even put right away, and even in the refrigerator, it ferments. A fermenting process continues.
What do you recommend in the winter?
Winter, maybe a couple of days, and then, yeah, as I said, you don't consume all at once, so it continue fermenting when you have it even in the refrigerator.
So if you're using a container that's not like the one that I'm using, it's a little more old school like this Pyrex. Keep in mind that the fermentation process is going to cause some bubbling. So just
smell.
And some smells. There are going to be some funky smells, hopefully good smells. So we're ready to put the cabbage in the container. This one looks like it's going to be a little bit small for the size of cabbage, so we've cut this in half. And here you can see the cross section of the work that we've done before. And since there's some radish left, I'm just going to make a little bed of it at the bottom. You don't have to be super neat about it, but just create a landing for it. Another note while we're here is that we didn't add a whole lot of salt in this process. You can always add salt to taste later as you're going through the fermentation process. It's just hard to reverse it once you've added too much. So I'm going to squeeze this in here. Squeeze it, and then I'm going to put it the other way. Got some limited real estate. It's like living in New York. And I think I might be able to squeeze in another one. So we're going to cut this in half. Look at that. The other way. And voila. This is what it looks like. Is this gonna fit? Do you think it's gonna fit?
The other way around.
Okay, we're gonna try this. All right, we did it. We're in.
You could add those.
And there you have it. And yeah, if you have some scraggly bits, just toss them in there. Make a little salad. And we got it.
And then you got tie up that for.
Oh yeah, we're gonna put the juices in there.
And then all grapes.
So.
Going to be tight.
Hey, we're back in my kitchen a few days later, and we're gonna check in and see how that kimchi is doing. I've made a more elaborate lunch than usual today. This is doenjang jjigae, which is like a thicker soybean paste soup. Myeolchi with walnuts that my mom left behind, and you can see those googly eyes. These are anchovies. That is not shrimp. Some rice, and then here's our star player. I'm gonna try to do this with one hand. Et voila, we have the kimchi, and this is not completely pink or white because we have those chili peppers that we sliced in earlier. You may want to overturn the contents once in a while to get just the different flavors and everything fermented and everything kind of evened out. It may also not be as salty as you want, so you can add a little bit, and I would do this carefully because you can't go backwards. And let it sit and then continuously eat from the batch. And there you have it.